Good morning. An early video, crikey. I'm up early because I'm off to fetch a car. I'll tell you about that in a minute. But my WhatsApp this morning, the first message I got was from my friend Alex. John Prescott has just sadly died. He was 88. He was Transport Minister, and John Prescott was best known for his nickname, Two Jags, because he quite famously always had two Jags. I don't think the time. Do you know what? He was a good sport as well, because he went on Top Gear with Clarkson. A couple of things to say about this actually. And at the time, we probably thought he was a terrible politician. But based on everything that's happened since, John Prescott now looks like a saint, don't you think? I know he introduced motoring policies that were perhaps not in line with what motorists actually want, but he was much better than the shower that we've had ever since, and a different sort of politician. I think that John Prescott was one of the last of the politicians that actually had the right things at heart. Am I right in saying that? Maybe we're just eulogising because, you know, gold-tinted, rose-tinted spectacles and all that sort of stuff. But I can't believe that John Prescott has died 24 hours, pretty much, after Jaguar launched a massive rebrand. The timing couldn't be worse for Jaguar, because I'm sure I won't be the first person to make a connection between the timing of John Prescott, Two Jags' death, and the relaunch of, well, the death of the Jaguar brand itself. So I can't believe that has happened today. Because I was almost thinking when I made my Jaguar video the other day, I wonder what John Prescott's up to, and I wonder what he thinks about it, because he was always a staunch advocate for the Jaguar brand, and now we've lost him as well. So not only have we lost Jaguar, we've just lost two Jags. Very sad. He was 88. So, you know, rest in peace, and thoughts with the family and all that stuff. So from two Jags, we're going over to two Volvos, right? I found this car that I'm buying today on Facebook Marketplace, and it's incredibly rare. I think I've only seen one of these come up for sale in the past, and it was a non-runner. I've always wanted one. It's very cool. Yes, it's a Volvo, but it's a very cool Volvo. And anyway, I found this one for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and it's on the Isle of Anglesey, which is basically 1,000 million miles from where I live. So I sent a friend of mine to go and check it out, and I'd not long posted up my video of the blue Volvo 850 TDI, and that had gone on YouTube, and my friend messaged me and said, the car you look at in Anglesey is rough, but it's not as rough as the one you just bought. So we did the deal, and then after we'd sort of agreed that I'd go and collect it, I told them a little bit more about, you know, I'm Jeff Buys Cars, I make YouTube videos for a living, and then I got messages from two grandchildren of the gentleman that owned the car, who also sadly died, saying they're very excited that the car is going to a YouTuber because the car has so many memories. They'd all gone round to say goodbye to the car because it was Grandad's car, and Grandad used this car for lots of different things. I'm really excited, not just about the car itself, but to learn more about the story and the man behind it, because apparently he owned this car for 25 years. It does have an MOT, and I should be able to drive it home. It will be a little bit of a project, and for those of you that were moaning that I didn't keep the blue one very long, it's because I had my eye on this, and I wanted one of these for longer. So, very excited about that. But what's really funny is, as I've just told you, this is a very rare car that's on the way. Talking of two Jags, my Instagram last night at about 11 o'clock, I got offered another one. Can you believe it? I've seen one come up for sale in the last 4 years, and you know, on the day that I am going to collect a brown one, I am offered a red one. So, two Jags, two Volvos. Everything is connected. The universe vibrates in very interesting ways. Thank you for watching the Saab video that went out yesterday. Many of you enjoyed the high power Saab, and talking about being contacted by previous owners, I was contacted by the chap that owned that car before James, who I bought it off. I was contacted by the chap that had it before James, and the chap that built it. So I've got a lot more information on that Saab and how it came together and why it's got so much power. But then my phone buzzed this evening, yesterday evening, from a friend of mine he's been trying to buy a car off me for a very long time, but we haven't found the right car for him. He nearly bought the 9.5 Aero Estate manual from me a month or two ago, but I got a text message last night basically saying, I need that car in my life. We've agreed a number that would not only see some profit in the car for me to move into this Volvo project, but also, because he offered me an amount of money, and it was a nice amount of money relative to what I'd paid for the car, and I said, well, if you want to pay that, we'll just donate some to charity as well, because I thought, why not? So that's pretty cool. I don't know if that's going to happen yet. It depends how good this car is today, because as I said, my wife and kids are very fond of that Saab heated front and rear seats. So it might be that one does stay for a little longer. I'm not sure yet, but we'll work that one out. So that was quite exciting as well. And then the other thing that I did yesterday, if you are indeed still watching at the 6-minute point, let me know if you are. Just comment saying, Jeff, I'm a 6-minuter. Yesterday, I filmed a brilliant video with a gentleman called Adrian, who has been working for an organisation called the Association of British Drivers. And yes, I assumed that they were, what would Clarkson used to call them? Wheel shufflers, people that do that. But Adrian and I really hit it off. We met at 9:30, and we were still chatting and drinking coffee at 1:30. We didn't start filming a video until 1:30. Adrian and I are working on something, because I firmly believe that there isn't anyone that is standing up for motorists. I don't think if you have a grievance with car insurance, ULEZ, road tax, price of fuel, all of the things that impact motorists, I don't really feel like we have a cohesive, organised voice. We've got little pockets, you know, Howard Cox is doing fair fuel, there's a lot of people doing ULEZ stuff, but I think it's time that we pulled everybody together to form a car club and lobbying group that is not branded Jeff Buys Cars, but is stewarded by both myself and other people who have integrity in the motoring world. So that's coming up next, and I'm very, very excited about launching this and hopefully making a real positive difference and using my platform in a way that I always wanted to. You know, regular followers who've made it to the 6-minute mark will probably have heard my podcast with Doc Malik that I recorded earlier this year, where I talked about my frustrations with being a YouTuber. And after having spent a year of making videos and raising awareness, I sort of got myself into a slump where I thought, well, how much longer can I go on raising awareness? You know, at what point do we do something? Because I'm a person, I believe in doing, you know. It's not enough for me to just make videos and just earn money and just provide entertainment. I've always felt like I was put on this planet to do something more than that on behalf of real human beings. And this meeting with Adrian yesterday was perfectly timed, in line with a number of other things that I've been working on in the background to launch something. So the video with Adrian, it's a long podcast, it's an hour long, but I think you'll really enjoy it. Adrian's another ex-police person man, a very high-ranking ex-police person man actually, who has become radicalised by being caught speeding on an average speed camera that he didn't think needed to be there. It's brilliant. He's gone from, I've just been caught speeding and a letter has landed on my doormat, to everything in the world that we've been told ever is a big lie and I want to do something about it, in just a few simple steps. So yeah, I had a great chat with Adrian. We have become fast friends, and my fuel light is on and I'm now not far. Well, I'm still a while from the train station, but I can't imagine you're still watching at the 9-minute mark. So if you are still watching at the 9-minute mark, do post up saying, well, another comment, because you've already commented saying that you were watching at the 6-minute mark. So post up another comment to say, Jeff, I was still watching at the 9-minute mark. So I think my hour-long video with Adrian, what day is it today? Thursday. I think it will be out tonight if I edit it on the train. And then the Mercedes S-Class video will be Saturday, and Friday is the video with Richard from Challenger Road looking at his car collection. Wow, we've got some absolutely banging content going out this week. I'm very pleased with the videos that I've managed to come together. So I'm very sorry that John Prescott has died, and I'm very sorry that Jaguar have destroyed themselves, but it gave me a good video. I mean, that video has now done 100,000 views, the one about Jaguar, and it even got Chris Harris to make an emergency podcast. And then Harry Metcalf did something on his Instagram about it, but I think people are sitting too much on the fence. Practical Classics as well posted on their page last night saying, Harry basically said, if the car is good, then this advert will be forgotten. I don't think that's the case. Why is the G a capital? I think a lot of people are thinking that the G stands for gay. And if you look into the story of the gentleman that headed up the design department, he's got a bit of an odd past with LGBTQIA and all this sort of stuff. So maybe the G in Jaguar does stand for gay, but I don't know about that one. Yeah, Harry was a bit diplomatic, and Practical Classics were a bit diplomatic as well. I don't think either of them appreciate that Jaguar have deleted every reference off their website to the E-Type. You cannot delete every reference from Jaguar to the E-Type. It's just insane. It's got to be there in your history. You can't delete your history. Other brands that have rebranded, as per the Chris Harris podcast, which was excellent, when they've rebranded, they haven't thrown out their heritage. When BMW rebranded Rolls-Royce, they did a superb job, but they didn't throw out the heritage. So I don't know what Jaguar are up to. Allegedly, we're going to see the prototype that copies nothing on December the 4th, is it? But I think it looks like a 2003 Cadillac 16. Have a little Google of that. I wonder if it's going to look like that. I suspect the new Jag's going to look like a Bentley Continental Coupe, but it'll have 4 doors. I think it'll have 2 small doors at the back, but it'll be more square and longer. That I'm going to stake my claim in the ground. That's what I think it's going to look like. So bookmark this video for when it launches, and hopefully I'm proven wrong. They say they're copying nothing, but I suspect they've copied that Cadillac. So that's that. As I said, Practical Classics and Harry is sitting on the fence. I think Harry's financed by Jaguar. I remember thinking that when he had the Project 8, the big purple saloon, which, what a great car that was. He still owns that because it's very cool. Just the way he was talking, I'm thinking, and I know he's involved in design and he's been involved with JLR. I'm just thinking, are they actually paying you? Is that why you're sitting on the fence more about this transgender branding that Jaguar have just gone for? Is that why he's being so outspoken? But the other side of that is, maybe Harry isn't aware as to what else is going on within the woke movement. Maybe Harry doesn't know about Drag Queen Story Hour. Maybe Harry doesn't know about men going into the changing rooms when little girls are in there at swimming pools. Maybe Harry isn't aware of all that, which is why he's sitting on the fence about the imagery that Jaguar are using. Just a thought. Obviously, I'm fairly involved in a little bit of everything, so I kind of see what's going on in the world, so I can appreciate it in the context of society as a whole. Right, if you're still watching at the 13-minute mark, you now need to leave another comment to say, Jeff, I was still watching at the 13-minute mark, and to be honest, you should have shut up ages ago. Thank you very much for watching this video. I'm going to go get my train. I don't know what these big poles are for. Huge poles there. We're not told, are we? We're never told when they put these big poles up with these great big boxes beneath them. There's never a sign on it that says this is for XYZ. If you need to know more, you can go here. And all these people in all these houses, they just don't think about it. Story for another day. Thanks for watching.